Welcome to WQPH's Local Matters. On this week's broadcast, alongside sister station WSFI, we bring you a special conference, the Coalition for Canceled Priests, online at canceledpriest.org. And it's a conference direct from Chicago, Illinois. They're happening all over the U.S. Tune in to learn more.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. We're back here. We're at this conference, and I'm with James Francis Komanicki, and he has a very special apostolate. Say hello to everyone out in Boston and Chicago.
Greetings to everyone in Boston and the East Coast. I'm James Michael Francis Komanicki. I'm with Protect Our Priests. I'm the treasurer of the organization. You can visit us online at www.protectourpriests.com.
And tell us about your work, James.
Yes, I'll be happy to. We're a 501c3. For the last 3 years, we have been raising money across the globe for priests that are being persecuted by their bishops. We started out working for Father Frank Phillips in Chicago at St. John Cantius Church, and now we're broadening our support out to other priests in need.
So can you talk a little bit without ruining any privacy matters with your first case there?
Absolutely. Father Frank Phillips was accused of, and it's in the public media, so there's nothing new about this. He was accused of having sex with another man, which was not true. He was found innocent by a review board, was found innocent of any civil, criminal, or canon law violation, and yet Cardinal Subich in Chicago arbitrarily chose to remove him from his ministry. And we've been busy working for the last 3 years to help him clear his name, and we're just about finished with that project. We're now broadening out our support to other priests like Father Altman or Father Parker and many of the other ones that are being persecuted around the country. Make no mistake about it, this is a purge of good priests. And if we Catholics, lay Catholics, don't stand up and fight this, we're going to find ourselves in an underground church someplace because we won't be able to worship in public like we're accustomed to.
What can the average person do, James?
First of all, if you're in a good parish, support that parish. If you're not, leave that parish, find another one where you're spiritually nourished. And that's not for me, that's direct from Father James Altman. But the other thing you can do, if you're just an average person and you're wondering how you can make a difference, support those groups that are fighting this battle on the front lines. There are a number of groups. We're one of them, protectourpriests.com. We've been in existence for 3 years. We raised a lot of money for Father Phillips, and now we're ready to come to the aid of any other priest in need.
Alrighty. So we're inviting you to do a 6-week series for WQPH. You can pray and discern if you'd like to do that. Alrighty. We'll talk some more. Thank you for listening, everybody. We're here again on the Feast of John the Baptist at the, what's the name of this hotel?
This here is the Carlisle. It's a banquet center and meeting hall in Lombard, Illinois.
Alrighty. So thank you for being with me. And I think, there's more coming of these, right? There's more coming of these events.
Yeah, they're throughout the country. Jeez. I was real happy to hear about this because, I was only 35 miles from here. But I think I'd like to see one in La Crosse in the hometown where this was kind of all started.
Do you know Father Heilman?
I sure do.
So we're talking about Father Heilman.
Now, he's in Madison, right? Yeah, I've been to St. Mary Pine Bluff, is it, right? Oh, yeah. He just celebrated a 40th anniversary, didn't he? Yeah, he's really started something there.
So what direction do you think the church is going in right now?
Maybe this big battleship is starting to make some type of move. I think it's been in the wrong direction for a while now, and it's evident. The churches are empty. They're all being sold. Parishes have no numbers there. And now you have the priests that are being persecuted, that are speaking the truth, that are really, following the gospel and not being political. They say they are, but actually they're just following the word of our Lord. How do you fight that off? We come together and we show force and we change things. Yeah.
Well, God bless you, Dan.
I don't think what they're doing to these priests is right. So I'm here to totally support Father Altman and the priest from the Batavia Parish.
What do you think the remedy is to this whole problem?
Well, I actually have a very strong opinion as to what I think a remedy could be. God bless you. So I think that the higher-ups in the clergy need to listen to the people. We are the parish. We are a community of faith. We, the people, are the faith. So if we're sitting down saying, this is the doctrine that we were taught, and bishops are going against that doctrine, there's a huge disconnect. Why? Why is there a disconnect? So are they trying to mold into the social justice world of the secular world, or are they trying to stay within the traditions of our faith? That's why I'm here. And that's what I think is a solution, is to sit down, go back to the table, put everybody's cards on the table and sit down and say, what do you think Jesus would want you to do?
Thank you for stopping by. So we're here today with Frank at the conference with the persecuted priests. Frank, why did you come here?
Well, we had to stand up for our faithful and truthful priests. I mean, seems like they're too far, a few of them, and well, we need to do whatever we can as a laity to support them and show them that love that our Lord shows them and us. So just imitating our Lord in that charity and that love to our spiritual fathers who we desperately need in our church.
And is that your wife over there?
Yeah, my wife.
Whose idea was it to come?
Both. It was a mutual decision. Yeah, we actually know Father John Lovell, who's going to be speaking here today, and he's also been persecuted. His situation is not that well known, but I think he's going to speak today about that. So, and everyone knows Father Altman, and he's great, and Father Parker, all those great priests.
We're doing a rosary of 1,000 voices. Would you like to say a Hail Mary in Spanish, and we'll put it on that rosary?
Absolutely, sure.
Okay.
En nombre del Padre, el Hijo y el Espíritu Santo. Amén. Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita eres entre todas las mujeres, y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. So we're going to be broadcasting a rosary of 1,000 different voices, nonstop.
Father John Lovell.
Father John Lovell.
Father John.
Yes, tell us the story.
I know it's actually from the same diocese as Father Parker, but he was, I believe, suspended a few years, I think actually 10 years ago. I'm not exactly sure the details, but I know that he's a whistleblower. He saw something at the school that wasn't right, and instead of the school, rewarding him for that, they suspended him. They just said, well, you know what, we're concerned about you. There's actually a great interview that he just gave with Jason Jones. There's a Jason Jones show, and he talks about it more in detail. But yeah, he's very brave to do that, and he's been sitting in the sideline for all this time, and all he wants to do is feed his flock, and he can't do that because of his suspension, and that's very, very sad. And well, it's very unfortunate. It's terrible. If you really think about it, it's terrible.
What other things happen when you get suspended? Do they pay you your salary as a priest? Or what happens?
That's a great question. I believe everyone's situation is different. I believe with Father Lovell, as he calls it, some of his perks were taken away. So I believe a bit of his pay was taken away. His stipend is reduced. I know his housing situation, some of them have it completely taken away. I don't know if that's the case for Father Lovell. I'm not too privy on those details, but it depends on each priest. The fact that they're canceling them and taking away their benefits, which is, their monthly stipend isn't that much to live on these days, is that's just another level of sacrifice that they have to take on. And I'm sure they're living through it and they're offering it up, but we don't want to see our spiritual fathers treated in this way, especially the ones that are standing up for our faith and for the truth. It's a shame.
So let us pray together, Frank, right?
Sure, absolutely.
And I thank you so much for your courage to speak out. Amen. Thank you. Excuse me, could you tell me why you're here tonight?
To support Father Parker as well as all the other canceled priests.
I don't know what happened to Father Parker.
I don't think he knows either. He was just removed as pastor without really a good explanation from Bishop Malloy.
How long ago did that happen?
The 15th of June.
Very recent, and was he removed from his parish?
He voluntarily left his parish because of circumstances and communications with Bishop Malloy.
What can the laity do now at this point in time?
I just think that we can make our voices known to the hierarchy, that due process as provided under canon law should be followed in Father Parker's case, and if there's a reason for his removal without his agreement, that be known and told to us. If there's a problem, unless it's some type of pastoral kind of guidance that shouldn't be made public. But if there's another reason why Bishop Malloy is removing him from the parish, we'd like to know. And if not, then reinstate him.
I'm here in support of Father Parker. He's a very, very holy priest, and I was just very, very sorry to see the way the diocese is treating him at the moment. we're so grateful to have him as a priest. And he really kept us going during the COVID lockdown by live streaming Chaplet of Divine Mercy, the Rosary, and just really, really being supportive and understanding of everything that we were all going through during that lockdown. And, if it weren't for him, it would have been a whole lot harder to endure that.
How do your other fellow parishioners feel?
Well, I'm actually not a parishioner at Holy Cross, but my spiritual director sent me to Father Parker for confessions. And so I do occasionally go to Mass there. But the people that I do know that go there pretty much feel the same way. And they're just so grateful to have him and would love to see him stay if at all possible.
So what can we, the laity, do to help our priests like this?
I think number one, to pray for priests, bishops, and church hierarchy who are involved in this decision making. Because when people hurt other people in this kind of a way, it's because they themselves are wounded. So that tells me that we really need to be praying and stepping up our praying for our church hierarchy.
We have a program in our station having people adopt bishops. Would you be interested in helping distribute some cards where people could sign up for a bishop?
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming by. We're also recording 1,000 Hail Marys and a rosary. Would you pray a Hail Mary now and be one of those voices?
Absolutely. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Well, thank you, and God bless you. Pachamama happened that same day, and the same day that the alleged man-made disease was released on us, all on the eve of the Feast of the Rosary. And then Sister Agnes sent us another, by a courier, message saying, I feel the time is near. She was very frightened. So we're trying to get that message out. And as a result of our small station doing that, it went all around the world. And many people doubted that we really got the message. But honestly, I'm telling you, we did. And we haven't fulfilled our promise to get the message out. So that's why we're going to do this rosary. That's why we're doing these bishop cards that we have laminated. And so if you go on our website, WQPH, queenofperpetualhelpradio.org, you'll just have a way of emailing me and saying, please send me some bishop cards. All right? And let me see your name. Becky O. All right.
That we show the plight of what's going on in the church. The Coalition for Canceled Priests, first and foremost, is that we want justice for all, okay? This is not going against victims. We're trying to show that priests are victims too. Good priests, holy priests are being railroaded, and we're trying our best in order that justice is given and presumption of innocence is given to all, which is guaranteed by our Constitution. I'm a priest of the Diocese of Rockford, and 9 years ago when the new bishop, Bishop Malloy, became bishop, 6 weeks after becoming bishop, he didn't even know me. He removed me based on second, third, and fourth-hand information. Since then, I've been fighting in Rome for my return to full ministry, and he has tried to stop that at every turn. I wish he would get to know me. I wish he would sit down and talk to me. He refuses to do all of that. To him, I'm a pariah, and I don't deserve to be listened to. That's the sad thing about it. This is happening all over the country. Hundreds, if not thousands, of priests are being sidelined by their bishops. Rockford has at least 12, if not more. A bunch of us do get together from time to time, but some don't want to. Some are too scared. Father Parker, very scared right now. And I understand. I was there 9 years ago when I first got removed. And what we are doing as a coalition is calling out bishops that are trying to keep priests isolated, that done nothing wrong, that have no allegations or accusations against them. I have no allegations or accusations. This is what we're calling on the bishops to do, is to act like fathers and give us our ministry back.
What can we do? What can the laity do to support your efforts?
First and foremost is to pray and fast and to do penance. After that, if you live in the Diocese of Rockford, we're going to have information tonight about how to write to Rome in order to register a complaint. Rome does do that. Canon law does provide Catholics, Canon 212, the ability to voice their opposition to what they think is wrong. We have to do it respectfully, peacefully, but we're not being disobedient by pointing out an injustice. In fact, canon law says it's the duty of the laity to point that out.
And we're doing our rosaries for our priests, and we also would like to have masses offered for the priests. We have a group in Cameroon that have no stipends, that we send them mass stipends. But if you know of any priests that would like to have masses to offer with stipends, our stipend in Boston is $10. We want to get as much masses said for our suffering, persecuted priests and for our bishops who are in need of prayer.
Oh, absolutely. And we have priests here tonight if you want to ask them. I'm pretty good right now on stipends. In fact, I'm a little backlogged, but there's several priests here more than happy to do masses for people. That's part of our income as priests, is receiving that money. So I highly, highly recommend that people reach out to priests. And what we'll do on the coalition is we'll put together on our page a way people could send mass stipends to priests that need them. A group of us got together, mainly laity. I'm the only cleric involved, and we decided the Holy Spirit is calling us in order to address some injustice going on in the world. We tried doing that with organizations that already exist. Either they did not care, or they were just simply not interested at this time. They would always, we'll get back to you later type of thing. And so when Father Parker was being attacked, we decided to move into action. And everything that you see here tonight has been planned and executed in the last 2 weeks. We were told it could not be done, and we're doing it. Father Altman is here, Liz Yor is here, we have the media here. We are just thankful that you're all here. All we want to do is call out the injustice that is happening in the world. So I always tell priests, preach the truth no matter what. Priests are preaching in order to get to heaven. Priests are not preaching in order to satisfy society, the laity in the pew, or even the bishops, especially not the bishops. We are there to save souls and for ourselves to get to heaven, and we do that by preaching the truth and trying to save as many souls as possible. Remember, Jesus Christ won the war, but Satan is going to try to take as many casualties with him as he can. And priests are there as doctors of souls in that triage, that field hospital that Pope Francis refers to it as, in order that as many people can get to heaven as possible. That's the main job of a priest, to get all of you to heaven. And when you sideline priests, think of how many confessions are not being heard, how many anointing of the sick are not happening, especially due to COVID. I mean, I don't know of one sideline priest that would have hesitated to go into the hospitals to anoint. And then you see some bishops like Cardinal Supich saying that you need his permission to do emergency baptisms. You do not need a bishop's permission to do emergency baptisms. All of us, you and me, man and women, clergy or lay, are all called, if there's an emergency, to baptize people. I can't speak for the bishops. I think a lot of times they want to keep society off their back. They want to look relative. A lot of times they're listening to the lawyers rather than to the Gospels. They're trying to avoid lawsuits instead of being spiritual fathers, which they are. So,
what kind of receptivity have you gotten from Catholic media, such as the networks? Have you gotten a lot of coverage from Catholic media about your cause?
Again, nationally, thanks has to be given to Church Militant for covering this. To Jason Jones as well. We're hoping that this event is going to have a lot more Catholic media involved, and we thank the two of you, especially from your AM stations, for coming and representing us.
Thank you so much. God bless you, Father. Can you just say why you're here?
Oh, I'm doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
God bless you.
This is Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Mary Ann. Why are you here tonight?
I'm here because I'm very curious what the priests have to say about their experiences being canceled.
And what do you think you're going to hear?
I think I'm going to hear things that aren't too shocking, but I'm sure that they'll have more stories that I haven't heard about. Yeah.
And then what can we do as the laity?
We can stand up for our priests and say, enough is enough.
What Bonnie said, absolutely.
Amen.
Amen. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thanks for coming, and God bless you.
Mary Ann and Mark Curran.
And why are you here tonight?
Got to support priests who actually have the Catholic doctrine right.
Right.
The Catholic Church is getting watered down. People don't want like a half version of the truth. They don't want a soybean burger. They want a steak. They want the real thing. They want red meat. They want to be told what is the Catholic Church truly about, what is necessary, not just for my salvation, but in order to really serve Christ on earth. So we don't want this, feel good, everybody's fine, you don't have to, don't worry about changing your life, nothing, just keep right on your sinful ways and we'll pat you on the back. That is not truth, and people know that, and that's why the Catholic Church is diminishing in numbers. We need to be fed the truth. Father Altman is a hero, he's courageous, but he doesn't stand alone. There's so many priests here tonight, and they all subscribe to that same tenet, that I'd rather be judged by a lazy or a weak cardinal or bishop that may be on his way to hell than I would by Jesus Christ. You can do what you want to me on earth, but my time on earth is short, and my end goal is to have Christ say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant."
So why are you here tonight?
To support all the canceled priests. And I've been a follower of Father Altman for over a year. He's amazing the way he encourages and teaches and strengthens us spiritually. He's
You in his parish?
I'm not. I'm locally here.
Oh, you're here, but you admire him and what he does.
Absolutely. We've driven up there before and met with him and talked with him. And yeah.
So where is this all going to take us?
I don't know. Hopefully it's a revival. I hope so. I think it's a revival. I think it's awakening the people of faith and trying to bring everybody back to the one true faith and stand up for what's true and right and good and beautiful. Personally, stay on our knees. Chin up, knees down.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
So why are you here tonight?
Supporting the priests that are trying to be Catholic priests and trying to get rid of the bishops. How do we get rid of the bad, I think, satanic, socialist bishops that have been put into office and became priests just to destroy the church? How do we get rid of those people? I don't know. Maybe, though, with putting our heads together, we'll figure it out. And with prayer, lots of prayers, lots of rosaries. I feel good coming together with a lot of people that are like-minded.
Shocked at how many people came on 2 weeks' notice?
Yes.
1,000 people.
I just was notified about a couple of days ago. So I'm very, very excited.
But the parishioners, it's horrific. And finally, I feel like some justice might be done by people knowing the truth. Well, right now, we all have to speak out and not stop. We cannot stop speaking out and tell everybody you know, because there's two things that this bishop doesn't like. Civil lawsuits, I hear, and being shamed. And now he's being shamed for the truth. Oh, I pray all the time. I pray for him to soften his hardened heart. But I had a friend tell me today, she said, we need to pray for him to leave.
God has a plan.
And please, and just pray for our persecuted priests. Pray your rosary every single day for all these persecuted priests and for the church. We need these priests more than ever now.
Why are you here tonight, Alice?
Oh, to support the priests. I'm thinking we have a lot of wonderful priests that are very courageous to be here tonight.
What can the laity do?
The laity can pray for the priests. Pray that they follow God's will, because we're all secure in God's will, and He's got a plan, and we're a part of it. God bless you.
God bless. And so, can you tell me why you're here tonight?
I came here to listen to the speakers, see what they have to say, because I don't know much about this, and I'm hoping to learn.
And why are you here tonight?
I'm here for Father Parker.
And why are you here tonight?
I want to document this event in solidarity with Father Parker and to see how many people came together for this beautiful event.
Why are you here tonight?
Oh, to help support the Coalition for Canceled Priests, to help support those canceled priests, and really to stand up for the laity that need the sacraments and need good priests.
All right, well, thank you for coming.
I'm here to support the priests that have been canceled. We need to end it now, and it has to start with us. One of the solutions, one thing that we're doing is starting a petition for Father Parker. We're hoping to get as many signatures as we need to make a statement so that they know we are serious about this topic.
Why are you here tonight, Jeff?
Well, to support priests that have been put in, like, if you will, on ice. Where's the forgiveness? You know, we're all called to be merciful. You know, even if a priest makes a mistake, you know, in a way that's not a sinful, you know, I mean, a severe, gross sin, then you can't just put them in the penalty box and throw away the key. I'm really here because I think it's important that we be merciful. Our priests are men that are flawed like all of us, and they can make mistakes. But they can't go out if the bishop puts them under. They can't go out and get a job. So, you know, like if I got fired from my job, I go to another job. There's no mercy there. And that's what I think is the most troubling to me.
And why are you here tonight, sir?
Oh, because I love Father Parker. I love him. Oh, Father Parker's. I've known Father Parker for 18 years. He was at Holy Cross Parish, first assigned there back in 2003, and I knew he was special back then. And I it was only confirmed to me every year that went by. So that is why I'm here, and for all the other priests too. I'm trying to figure out how we can get these guys active into some kind of ministry so that they can possibly be saying Mass in public locations. I just found out from Father Lovell that these guys are restricted from even being able to say Mass away from any parish church, which is ridiculous. You think about what this bishop is doing, sidelining valuable assets and paying them. Two things we don't have in the Catholic Church: enough money, and because the laity is not coming to the church anymore, and we don't have any priests. And so he's spending money unwisely. I mean, if these guys are so terrible, why are you paying them? Not to mention, why are you doing this at all? And he wants that secret. That's not right. Why should it be secret? Put your cards on the table. Let's find out what the deal is. But mainly, this comes from the heart. It needs to stop. I can't stand injustice. It gives you a sense of what the disciples felt when they saw Christ being crucified and being ripped to pieces in front of them. And Father Parker's an innocent lamb.
So why are you here tonight?
We're here to support Father Parker and all priests that have been canceled.
I think that, us as the lay faithful really need to have events like this and get together, and a lot of prayers, a lot of rosaries. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Hi, Father. Why are you here tonight?
Oh, we're just here to support all the priests that are facing persecutions. I know Father Jim Parker, know him very well.
Yes, I've been hearing a lot about Father Parker tonight. He has a lot of support here.
I hope so. I hope all the priests do. I mean, it's really a shame that this is happening to all the priests. We have to support them. It's our duty as the laity to be out here to make sure that they've got the people that support them as they support us and bring us our spiritual needs.
Can I ask you, we're going to do a rosary of 1,000 voices. Could you just say one Hail Mary that we could record that part of that rosary?
Sure, right now? Absolutely. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to another edition of WQPH's Local Matters. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast and hope you have a blessed week.